Today, we are putting custom turbo headers on this 51 Dodge Dakota. And they're custom turbo headers because, well, nobody makes turbo headers for a 51 Dodge Dually with a 5.9 and Dana 60s and stuff. But whatever, we'll get to that.
You know who does make them though? Fed Up Fab makes them, guys. Today, we're gonna give it a shot.
All right, let's pump it. Very carefully.
What's this 5.9 out of? What your truck?
95 Ram 2500. Got it cheap because it had a blown trans, like all of them.
You got the axles out of that same truck?
Same truck, Dana 60 front, Dana 60 rear, 410 gears. Great donor.
Four-wheel drive conversion.
Four-wheel drive conversion. Little straight axle front. She had split rims. Originally a dually, but you know, flathead 6, 4-speed. Nothing cool, blown up. Just to be more fun.
Let's show them the header parts.
All right. So how we're gonna do that is we have all these parts here, and these are 3/8 header flanges with nice little stub outs that, well, those don't pull out. Something pulls out. It's not these.
Definitely not your dad either.
This is supposed to be family friendly. All right, so we got these sweet header flanges, and then we have these collectors for 1 3/4 tube. So these should work out pretty nice. We'll definitely have to trim them off. They're too long.
These are all mild steel, right?
Yeah, I bought all mild steel.
18 gauge or 16?
I don't know, whatever's cheap. And then these, oh, that's filled with cardboard. That's nice. Look at that. Okay, and then we have these to go down to 2.5, because that's what we've got here, and that'll make everything fit easier. Some band clamps or V-bands, just to make everything removable. A little flex coupler in the wrong size, because I don't know how to measure or buy stuff. But we have a welder, we will make it work. And then some 2.5-inch U-bends that'll just kind of get it over the passenger side where it needs to be. Yeah, if you look at it, going up would be easier. Yeah, then you'll come over and you can shoot forward and kind of tuck it to your right over that, right over the motor mount. And in.
Put a couple tacks on it.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Blade on each side of these two sides here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. There's too many moving parts.
Don't put a tack on this bad dog?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that. Yeah.
Or just tack this one on?
I think that's the one that's going to have to get trimmed.
Okay.
If something's not quite right. So I'm thinking, let's tack this guy in.
Look like something you see on a monster truck for sure.
I know, they're insane. It was kind of, hey, we have all this room, might as well use it. Oh, they fit in there so nice. They're all like flush, nice and tight around the steering shaft.
Those are wicked.
I know. Our first set of header, or our first header. It's not even a set, and it looks sweet.
Yeah, it turned out better than I ever thought it would.
I know, it's basically like a long tube with a shorty outlet here.
Yeah, we're gonna fully TIG weld the headers, and the whole turbo system is gonna be TIG welded. So it should turn out real nice. Well, we're back out in the shop today, working on the 51. Got the TIG welder hooked up to the old Tombstone AC/DC arc welder. It's like a 1970s old stick welder with a manual torch. And it finished welded on the first header. Gonna start the second one here shortly. We're doing all right, so let's give it a shot.
That is still insane. How does that fit so perfect? Look at that. Look at that.
Almost like we knew what we were doing.
It is perfect.
All right, let's zap her in there.
Now let's do the pretty stuff.
All right, let's buzz our little handle off with the. Oh, let's just cut it with the dikes for now. We'll grind it off later.
Yeah, we'll make it pretty. That's some sweet fitment right there. I think it'll work. Damn.
All right, guys, we just got this header all finished welded. It's looking way better than we ever could have expected.
It does. It looks legit. Like
So
legit.
yeah, it looks real legit. Let's get this thing mounted up on the motor.
Alright, so we're going to start on the passenger side now. Which this side, the turbo is going to go up about here. And just underneath the hood line. And so we'll bring that side over and kind of up through. So we're going to get this passenger side down, go 180 and get the whole up pipe. The other side is the whole motor's offset this way, 2 inches for pedal clearance, steering box clearance. So we're pretty tight here. So this is our mock-up coilover. This is about the curb length. It's a little bit, larger diameter than the real coilover will be. But it's going to kind of hang out in here, just to kind of get an idea of how much space we have. So I think we actually have a decent amount of space. Because if we kind of mock it up like that, we kick it out at this slight angle. I mean, that's, what is that, 7-8 inches? So we can come past the frame a little bit, it'll still work. We'll just keep that around for later, but it's not as tight as I thought it was going to be. But, so we'll cut all these little stub outs down, nice and tight. And then what I'm thinking is kind of come down with these across top of the motor mount, because that way the header can still come out, and then tuck them down here and have the collector kind of hang. So this piece, we maybe do a 180 in here where that one comes across, we hit here, and then we come up somehow across and into the bottom of the turbo. But either way, kind of the whole plan would be to come down, stay really, really flat, really low, and tight in, stay out of the coilover, stay out of the block, because we're still going to have to get a down pipe down back here, which will be, maybe with this last cylinder we'll have to get a 4-inch, but I think we can kind of cut in here and kick it back over. But it'll be, it's tight, everything's tight on this truck. Now we got to figure out what we're doing here. So this guy, you're probably going to want to come over behind us. So I don't know what you're thinking here. What I was thinking is maybe this guy, kind of kick him forward like that.
Yeah, like that. Shorten that up.
Yep. Clearance there, and then maybe you cut this here and catch a 45 and come right across here. Maybe grab that bottom backside, and then because then this guy can come back and maybe kick that way a little, and then grab this one down here. I think getting these front ones in is going to be real tight, but we don't really have a choice. I mean, that's about as low as we can go before we hit steering. But
Well, let's grab a tape measure and we'll see how much we got to cut off. Probably all of it, and then we'll
yeah, I'm
take a
thinking.
cut.
All right, let's see how this first one fits. Because it looks like it's gonna fit perfectly. All right, this is that. Okay, so if we pull this one back up to where we were thinking,
We'll just have to do something with it like the other side for these ones.
we could come out and way back. Put that one underneath, maybe. This guy could go. Yeah, if we brought that one over, like way high, and came around and caught this one, and then this one comes out and goes right in here, then this guy can come back and kick back here. Attack the bottom.
For the third pipe that we're running, start to come together even more. We're thinking about running this, snaking these through the first two we did.
Yeah, so if this guy comes out of here, shoots up that way, then it's gonna have to pull like that, and then we're actually gonna have to come down to hit that bottom one. We'll try to attack this.
Yeah, that's pretty good right there.
Yeah. I guess I'll put it all together at once.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, because then everything we know fits perfect. I mean, it's gonna fit perfect because it all fits perfect.
Alright, ready for attack?
Got it home.
Alright guys, we got the turbo in. We're doing some modifications to it though. It sounds kind of funny, and well, when you hook it up to electric power, it just,
Well, I think it's a 6-volt turbo.
Oh,
I
6
think,
volt?
yeah, I think we should have put.
it's got like a ooh, yeah, noise to it, but I think it's supposed to be a little different pitch than that. But we'll have to figure that one out. But we got this other header done.
It's probably better than the first. It's tighter. I mean, there's less room over here.
Yeah, it definitely did not disappoint, that's for sure.
No, there's a lot less room over here, just because of the way the motor's offset. But it's tight. I mean, everything snakes in there perfect. You just gotta weld it up. I mean, it fits perfect. It fits perfect.
Alright, time to build that crossover, I think, huh?
Yeah, crossover and then start building the up pipe for the turbo. Just hang a turbo up here.
Yep. Alright, just gotta figure out what's wrong with it. Ooh,
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna tack this on here. Got to pull my sleeve down. Definitely got an arm tan. Alright. I don't know if I can get it all in here.
maybe we can trim it up a little bit.
Oh, no, I can get it. There she is.
Alright guys, we got the whole hot side of the turbo setup done. Just about. Still got a little bit of the up pipe to do. But if you look down here at our crossover with our expansion connector into our merge collector, it's looking real nice. We are thoroughly impressed.
It's gonna flow very nice. Fits in perfectly. There's really no, I mean, when that front clip goes on, it's right there. So it's tight, but it all fits. It's gonna work. It's gonna make some power, I think, too. That setup's gonna flow.
Oh, I can't wait for the turbo to get here.
All right, we're back out here. Was it day like 5 or 6 or something? I don't know. They're short days, but we finally got the turbo. UPS came through. GT45 eBay turbo, 69 millimeters, and we got to get it on here and kind of figure out where our up pipe's gonna go. We got the 2.5 merged. We got these 3-inch from come up through, but I think we got to put the front end back on. Figure out where we can put this guy, because we want it up high here so you can see it as soon as you open the hood. You know, big old turbo just
Right there.
hanging out right there. But the fender kind of comes in, so we're going to put the front clip back on, and then we're going to hang this giant 36-pound Chinese monstrosity on there. I think we can get, just worried about getting underneath it and not hitting this thing. Spin it back there, and I'll let you come to this side of it. I don't know if I want the intake that close to the exhaust. Oh, God. This is mostly just a ploy, so I don't have to hold it. See what I'm saying about getting underneath? I guess, yeah, if you just 45 it there.
Yeah, if we go as tight as we can to here, rotate it, and then 45 straight off.
Because we can go up too. Fly around there.
It's near best bet. We gotta give ourselves the most room possible, so we go high as possible.
Yeah.
And it's more badass factor.
It does look better. That's perfect, because when you're walking down at a car show, this thing's peeking right out. Could still put a filter on it if we wanted. All right. Didn't really get footage of that because I don't know how to work a camera, but turbo's mounted. Take a look at this. Oh, is that not the coolest thing ever? Look at that thing. Perfectly level. You wouldn't want it not level, like some turbos. That looks insane.
Yeah, so if you guys like this turbo build, stick around and watch the other videos that are going to come up, and you won't be disappointed because there will be rods hanging out of this motor, I guarantee it.
The turbo's not the craziest part of this truck either. The whole truck is kind of on that theme of what could we do that we shouldn't do, but we're gonna do.
Yeah, so overall the project I think went smooth.
Yeah, it was kind of time consuming, but nothing really went wrong. It wasn't overly difficult. It just take your time, and it kind of just it works. You know, I don't think it was that bad. I was expecting much worse, with honestly much worse results. But
I thought it was gonna look homemade. I think it looks pro for sure.
yeah, it looks a million times better than I ever would have thought. I'm proud of these things. I'll show these things to anybody. I mean, I put them on the internet. All right, guys, if you thought this was cool and you liked what we did here, you got to stay tuned, because this truck's getting a lot of other cool stuff. Like these. This is what we're putting on in the next video. 14-inch travel coilovers. Yeah, you're gonna want to stick around because this truck's getting all the good stuff, and it's gonna be crazy. So come check out the next video. You'll see these mounted on all four corners.